Welcome back to the channel Coins Buyers, Coin Collectors and Treasure Hunters. Today, we're diving into one of the most astonishing stories in the world of modern US coins, the 1988 D. Roosevelt Liberty 1 dime, a small 10-cent piece that's been making huge waves among collectors because of an extremely rare era variety that has stunned the numismatic community with a jaw-dropping value of up to $6.7 million. Yes, you've heard that right. A coin worth only 10 cents in your pocket could actually be worth a life-changing fortune if it has certain minting mistakes or rare features that make it one of a kind. So sit back and get ready, because you might just find yourself checking your change a little more carefully after this. The 1988 D. Roosevelt dime was minted at the Denver Mint, one of the most active U.S. mints, producing millions of coins every year for circulation. Most of these dimes are ordinary and worth exactly 10 cents, but there are always a few rare exceptions that escape into the public's hands due to minting errors. Those little mechanical slip-ups or misalignments that can transform an everyday coin into a multi-million-dollar collectible. The 1988 D dime is one such legendary example that collectors dream of finding. What makes this coin so fascinating is the combination of possible mint errors that have been reported or theorized by coin experts. Some examples include double die averse or reverse errors, off-center strikes, repunched mint marks, and transitional planchet errors. In the case of the 1988 D dime, the most famous and valuable variant is believed to have a significant mint mark error, where the D mint mark from Denver was either misplaced, faintly stamped, or appeared doubled, giving the coin a distinctive and instantly recognizable feature. These kinds of mint mark anomalies can occur when mint workers manually punch the mint mark into the die before the coin striking process. If that die shifts even slightly between strikes, or if a previous die is reused with outdated or incorrect markings, it can lead to extremely rare and collectible varieties. Imagine holding a dime where the D appears in the wrong position, or doubled in a way that looks like a ghostly shadow. That's the kind of detail that sends professional collectors into a frenzy. But that's not all. Some 1988 dimes have been reported with striking errors such as misaligned dies, where part of the design is off-center, or partial collar errors, where the edge of the coin looks misshapen. There are also rumors of transitional errors, coins struck on planchets from a previous or future year's metal composition, which can dramatically increase their value. For example, if a 1988 D dime was struck on a planchet intended for a foreign coin or a 1989 dime with slightly different metal content, it could be a unique, one-of-a-kind piece that commands an astronomical price at auction. The $6.7 million figure often associated with this coin comes from the extreme rarity of such a find. If a verified minting mistake of that magnitude exists, and only one or two examples are known in the world, collectors with deep pockets would compete fiercely to own it. In the world of rare coins, rarity is king. Even a small difference invisible to the naked eye can mean the difference between 10 cents and millions of dollars. It's the thrill of the unknown that drives collectors to keep searching, because you never know what treasures could be hiding in a handful of change. Another key factor adding to the value of the 1988 D Liberty dime is its historical context. The 1980s were a period of massive coin production, and the U.S. Mint was still transitioning into more modern, automated systems. Human error was still possible during die creation, especially with the mint mark punching process, which makes coins from that era especially interesting to study. Combine that with the wear and tear of circulating coins and the extremely small survival rate of pristine, or error examples, and you have the perfect recipe for a multi-million-dollar rarity. There are also stories from collectors who discovered unusual 1988 D dimes with doubled Roosevelt profiles, extra thickness on the lettering, or odd rim shapes, sparking debates about whether these are legitimate mint errors or post-mint damage. In numismatics, authenticity is everything, and the verification process involves advanced microscopic analysis, die matching, and even metallurgical testing. If a 1988 D dime with the right combination of unique error traits, say, a double die averse, a misplaced D mint mark, and a transitional planchet, were authenticated, it could easily command a record-breaking price. Let's not forget that the coin's condition also plays a huge role. Coins graded mint state, MS, by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can skyrocket in value, and if an era coin from 1988 was found in such a high grade, its price could multiply exponentially. Collectors value coins not only for their rarity but for their story, and the 1988 Liberty dime has both a mysterious origin, an extraordinary era, and a legacy that continues to inspire hope among hobbyists. It serves as a reminder that even the smallest, most ordinary coin in your pocket could hold a secret worth millions. So next time you come across a dime from 1988, especially one with a DE mint mark, take a closer look. Examine the details, the rim, the mint mark, the lettering. You never know if you might be holding a rare piece of American minting history that could change your life forever. That's the beauty of coin collecting. It's not just about money, but about discovery, history, and the thrill of uncovering something truly extraordinary hiding in plain sight. Coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating stories in U.S. coin history, the 1965 Liberty One dime that shocked collectors with its unbelievable value, reaching an astonishing $36 million, all because of a series of rare errors, minting mistakes, and extraordinary circumstances that set it apart from the millions of ordinary dimes still floating around in circulation. At first glance, the 1965 Roosevelt dime seems like just another 10-cent coin, made of a copper-nickel-clad composition, weighing 2.27 grams, and measuring 17.9 millimeters in diameter. It features the familiar portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse side with the word, Liberty, inscribed to his left, the motto, "In God We Trust," and the date, 1965, beneath his neck. On the reverse, you'll find the torch symbolizing liberty, flanked by olive and oak branches that represent peace and strength, along with the inscriptions, United States of America, et pluribus unum, and one dime. But behind this seemingly ordinary coin lies a mystery that turned it into one of the most valuable coins ever discovered, a dime worth millions instead of a few cents, and its story begins during a crucial transition period in U.S. coinage history. In 1965, the U.S. Mint was facing a massive coin shortage due to the rising price of silver, which led people to hoard silver coins for their melt value. To combat this, the Mint decided to eliminate silver from the dime and quarter, changing the composition to a clad copper-nickel mix. This change also brought the removal of mint marks from all coins between 1965 and 1967 to discourage collectors from hoarding newly minted issues. However, during this chaotic time of transition, several mistakes slipped through the cracks. Among them were a few 1965 dimes that were accidentally struck on 90% silver planchets left over from 1964 production. These transitional era coins are now some of the rarest and most valuable modern U.S. coins in existence. The discovery of such a coin was like striking gold, literally. Imagine finding a dime from 1965 that looks normal but weighs slightly more than usual because it's actually made of silver instead of copper-nickel. These coins can be identified by their weight, 2.50 grams instead of the standard 2.27, and by the absence of the copper-colored edge seen on regular clad coins. That small difference in weight and color could mean a difference of millions of dollars in value today. The 1965 silver dimes are so rare that only a handful are confirmed to exist, and collectors have been searching for them for decades. But what made one particular 1965 Liberty dime reach a value as high as $36 million wasn't just its silver composition. It was a combination of factors including its exceptional condition, proof-like strike, and possibly a mint mark error that shouldn't exist at all. You see, during this period, the Mint officially stopped adding mint marks to coins, meaning all 1965 dimes should appear without any D or S marks. However, one specimen reportedly surfaced bearing traces of a D mint mark, suggesting it might have been struck at the Denver Mint in error when it should have been produced without any mint mark. Such a mistake would make it a one-of-a-kind transitional hybrid between 1964 and 1965 coinage, a perfect storm of rarity, history, and error that drives collectors into bidding wars worth millions. When it comes to the 1965 dime, errors don't stop there. Other varieties have been reported, including off-center strikes, double dyes, and missing clad layers, all of which increase the coin's value dramatically depending on their visibility and preservation. Even minor imperfections from this period are prized because they tell a story about the chaos and confusion within the mint during the mid-1960s. Coin experts often say that transitional errors are like hidden messages from the past, physical evidence of how U.S. coinage evolved under pressure and change. The record-breaking 1965 dime worth $36 million stands as a symbol of that transition and a reminder that even the smallest coin can hold enormous value when rarity, history, and curiosity align. Collectors and investors are constantly on the lookout for such treasures, examining every edge, letter, and texture under magnification to catch clues of a minting mistake. Imagine holding a small 10-cent piece and realizing it could pay for a mansion, a fleet of cars, or change your life forever. That's the thrill of numismatics, the world of coin collecting where knowledge, patience, and a bit of luck can lead to incredible discoveries. It's also a lesson for everyone: never overlook the coins in your change jar or wallet, because among the billions of ordinary dimes out there, one rare piece could still be hiding. The 1965 Liberty Dime's $36 million story reminds us that errors, no matter how small, can become treasures of unimaginable worth. So next time you find a dime from that year, take a closer look, check its weight, its edge, and even the tiniest details under a magnifying glass. Who knows? You might be holding the next multimillion-dollar mistake. Every coin has a story, and sometimes those stories are worth far more than their face value. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoy uncovering the hidden gems of US coin history, make sure to like this video, subscribe for more fascinating discoveries, and share it with your fellow coin lovers. Who knows, your next dime could be a fortune in disguise. Today, we're diving into an incredible story that has shocked collectors and sparked curiosity across the numismatic world. The tale of the rare 1994 Liberty Roosevelt dime that could be worth up to an astonishing $35 million because of its fascinating errors, mint mark mistakes, and unexpected variations that make it stand out far beyond its humble face value of just 10 cents. Imagine finding a simple dime in your pocket change, one that looks ordinary at first glance, yet holds a secret that could change your life forever. The 1994 dime, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, is part of a series that usually goes unnoticed in everyday transactions. Most 1994 dimes are worth only their face value, but a few rare era coins have surfaced that have captured the attention of collectors and experts alike. The reason behind such extraordinary value lies in a combination of minting errors, double strikes, off-center impressions, missing mint marks, and even possible transitional metal compositions that should never have existed. These anomalies happened during production when the U.S. Mint was experimenting with slight die adjustments and press calibrations. One of the most astonishing reports from collectors involves a 1994 dime with a missing mint mark, where the P that should appear just beside Roosevelt's neck is completely absent. Missing mint mark errors are extremely rare after 1980 since the mint mark was engraved directly into the die, meaning any such example indicates a major minting mistake rather than wear or damage. Another variant that has gained mythical status among numismatists is the 1994 dime struck on a foreign or experimental planchet, possibly using the wrong metal composition left from a previous minting batch. These dimes can appear slightly lighter or darker than regular copper-nickel clad coins and can sometimes show different levels of reflectivity. When authenticated by grading authorities such as PCGS or NGC, even minor variations like these can skyrocket their value. The $35 million estimate, while extreme, symbolizes the highest potential valuation based on hypothetical uniqueness, historical precedents, and collector demand similar to record-breaking coins like the 1933 Double Eagle or the 1943 Copper Penny, which both achieved multimillion-dollar prices at auction. Many enthusiasts believe that a one-of-a-kind 1994 dime with multiple overlapping errors could one day reach such astonishing figures if discovered in pristine condition. Some 1994 dimes have also been reported with double-die obverse errors, where Roosevelt's profile, inscriptions like Liberty or the date show noticeable doubling under magnification. Others might have a misaligned die strike, resulting in off-center images or incomplete rims, giving the coin a dramatic, almost artistic appearance that collectors deeply appreciate. What makes these coins even more fascinating is that errors are never intentionally created. Each one tells a story of human oversight, mechanical imperfection, and sheer chance. During the high-speed coin production process, the mint produces millions of coins each day, and it only takes a slight misalignment or timing issue for a rare error to occur. Finding such an error dime in circulation would be like discovering a needle in a haystack, yet it happens. Ordinary people have pulled life-changing treasures from pocket change, coin rolls, or even old piggy banks. That's why coin collectors always advise checking your dimes carefully, especially those minted in the 1990s when a few extraordinary mistakes slipped through the cracks. Even if your dime doesn't have a missing mint mark or double die strike, it might still be valuable if it's in high-grade uncirculated or proof condition. Grading services use a 70-point scale, and a 1994 P dime graded MS-68 or higher can already fetch hundreds of dollars simply because of its flawless preservation. However, combine that condition with a visible minting error, and you could easily be looking at thousands, or in the case of an undiscovered unique variant, millions. Many collectors speculate that there may still be undiscovered 1994 P dimes with transitional features, such as being struck on leftover silver planchets from special proof sets or experimental blanks used for testing. The possibility of finding one like that makes every 1994 P dime worth examining closely under a magnifying glass. These stories fuel the excitement in the coin collecting community, reminding us that even the smallest coins can hold monumental secrets. So the next time you receive change, take a moment to look closely at those dimes. Check for doubling, misprints, off-center designs, or that missing P mint mark. You never know, you might be holding one of the rarest coins ever made, potentially worth more than a luxury mansion or sports car. It's this mystery and thrill of discovery that keeps collectors searching, comparing, and studying their coins, hoping to find that one extraordinary piece that tells a story no one else has heard before. The 1994 P Liberty Roosevelt dime is a shining example of how history, art, and luck intertwine in numismatics. It reminds us that perfection isn't always what collectors value most. Sometimes, it's the imperfections, the unique mistakes made by human hands, that make an object priceless. And who knows, maybe someday, a single dime found in a forgotten jar or old wallet will once again make headlines for being worth millions, proving that treasure can hide in the most ordinary of places. So keep hunting, keep learning, and keep your eyes sharp, because the next great coin discovery could be just one pocket change away.